Alright, we have many exclamation marks. We should do these before the tent. Excuse me. I made that mistake last time. Alright, Cordell. The dogs have been on edge since that creature attacked. They prefer to be the hunters on the ice. Let us hope we never see a repeat of this situation. Okay. Runt is out here? It was so big. Do you think there's another one out there? Definitely. There are more. Captain. Close one yesterday, wasn't it? Let's hope there aren't any more beasties looking to make dinner of us. That beast was quite the specimen. I wonder if we'll encounter another of its kind. I hope not. Enter the kennels? Alright, I guess they just ate the fish. The hoosh pot? Load it up. Ooh, the elephant seal is 18. Oh, that's interesting. If you burn the elephant seal, it also creates, cures freezing, which is interesting. Does it cure all freezing or just some freezing? I'm not sure. Let's go back. We'll do that in a second. Let's go to the furnace. Throw our engineer in here. Healed freezing. Healed 2 freezings. Okay. And then we will feed the furnace. A little bit. Yeah, because it really would have been nice to have that second engineer to throw into the furnace, because then we could have cured 4 of the freezings instead of just the 2. So, what are you going to do? Captain, this territory of ice we find ourselves on, it would seem that we have our pick of the litter. This ice is teeming with life that has never encountered our like in the past. We will be able to hunt to our heart's content, until we come across another leopard seal. It would seem it would be wise to spend a good deal of time here. It would seem that way. However, we will not be able to stay here forever. Kurt has left me his assessment of the coming dangers. This ice is not stable. Put simply, we have the dead ice encroaching behind us, and the risk of a pressure ridge bubbling up and forming ahead of us. We cannot stay for too long lest we find ourselves trapped here. Still, that is a worry for another time. For now, our main concern is the crew. They're shaken from the attack. Of course, but that is not what I meant. Your time as captain of this expedition has surpassed that of Captain Hunt, but that is not the case in the eyes of all. Sailor loyalty runs deep in their veins. Take the Stoke brothers, for instance. They voted against you. They still speak of Hunt as the captain, and refuse that moniker on you. Every song that Elder One plays on his accordion, they're traditional songs of the sea folk. His loyalty to Hunt is as clear as day. I would be careful around those two. All that isn't needed is one insubordinate with enough pull to lead the crew astray. I will not allow distrust to sow among the crew, Templeton. I'm simply stating what we should be looking out for. Regardless, you have some requests to deal with. They're waiting outside. Alright. Requests away, team. Don't throw your engineer in the furnace. I wish I could, Isaac. I accidentally got one killed, not understanding how the freezing mechanic worked. Alas. Alright, Mr. Gloss. Captain, I have this bottle of wine in my personal stores. My wife and I plan to enjoy it on our trip home, but it seems much further out than we first believed. So we thought, why not share it with the crew? Ring in the new camp proper. Oh, that's nice. An excellent idea, thank you. Loyalty. Agreed, a little drink will help raise spirits. Pardon the pun. Ha 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 ha. Junior is here? Well, despite it all, we've managed to land ourselves a hefty piece of meat. A leopard seal, and the fish in its belly. It's up to you how we prepare it, Shaw. Feasting on the thing would be nice. Yes, tonight we feast. We need to raise decorum. Loyalty and decorum. I'm sure the crew will be ecstatic. And then Cordell is here. Captain Shaw, this area is teeming with life. Naive life at that. These creatures have never seen humans before. They do not even know to run. Some will even approach out of curiosity. In my opinion, we should be engaging in hunts as often as possible while we can. Agreed, thank you, Cordell. Cordell exits. We already had this discussion. Alright, that's fine. How many people did Ben kill? None! Although I am very much bemoaning the fact I got one of my engineers killed. Because not being able to fix the freezing is, I think that's going to be a big problem. Let us go to the medical tent. Let us go to the med bay, and let us put our wounded crew member here. After they are assigned to medbay, they will be cured of all status effects by the end of the week. Well, then we should definitely throw one of our freezing people in there. Who's freezing? One of the scouts, okay. There they go. Ah, that instantly cures the people. I see, so if you have a bunch of people, or you need people to get out of medbay right away, you can stick them in medbay and they'll heal up. And then, but if you need to fix them immediately, you can use the medical comforts. Otherwise, they'll just be in here. These two we can fix with the boiler, so I'm not super worried about them right now. Let's see. We should talk to these, or listen to these people. Are you just waking now? Couldn't sleep. Scared of another seal attack, eh? Aye. Well, at least you're honest about it. Yeah, well, if there's another seal, I'll shoot it. Dace, were you here for the leopard seal attack? I don't remember when you said you were going to return. I killed a leopard seal if you weren't. It was pretty epic. I'm a hero. Let's leave. I don't think we have enough time or spare people to be assigning them to Kasha this week, and nobody's demoralized. Oh. Ah, I see. We have to re-scout because we have moved. Oh, this is interesting. I wonder how... Where were we last week? Oh, I see. Oh, we spent an entire week, like, moving, I think. Is that how that works? It's cool that the ice moves, though. Very neat. Okay, send our scouts out. Confirm the order. Penguins, good. And Quilsley, you go the other way. More penguins, okay. Harvest these penguins, boys and girls. Like that. Send them beyond. And then we'll send you three after these penguins. And then maybe we could send one of the scientists as well. Yeah, send the full crew there. And then there's no more science actually, so what we'll go do then is we'll go to the medical tent here. And then we will assign the scientists that are left over to make some more medicine. Leave that behind. And then I think we're good. Everybody, all the scouts, the engineer, the scientists have been assigned, and then all the sailors. So I think we're good there. No, yeah, there was a whole scene where we were crossing the ice, and then our scout got stuck in the snow, and then a leopard seal attacked us, and I shot it, and then I shot it again, and I saved her at the very last second. It was wild. Call the crew for dinner. Did somebody clip that? You should have clipped that. It was pretty sick. Nerves of steel that I have. Crew have their meal. Dinner's shared. Stories are traded. Got something to talk to Kurt about. I'll have to take your word for it. Shaw? I heard the photographer call my songs poetry earlier. Never thought about being a poet. I can't even write. That's just mean. Writing isn't a requirement. Poetry is oral, too. They might as well sing at that point. Are poets just lazy musicians? Well, kinda. Not everybody who does poetry can sing, though. Captain, you needn't call me here so frequently. You receive your updates each day. You should focus on your crew or your own rest. You seem hesitant to share, Templeton. Why is that? This is my rest time with my acquaintance, Mr. Templeton. Flattering. I do not deny that we are partners in this endeavor. I suppose the act of survival goes beyond a simple professional relationship. How matter of fact. Have you ever attended the theater, Captain? It is a luxury I have not indulged in quite some time. A good 10 years, at least. I've seen a few plays in my time, yes. That is good to know. Perhaps we can trade experiences at some time. Enjoying the craft of the theater. It is quite the escape, Captain. A shame that it is a luxury we cannot carry with us on the ice. We'll set up a theater! It'll be the first Antarctic theater ever made. Alright, we have Hammond. Let's talk to Hammond. Evening. That rescue ship better be coming. I don't trust the benefactor to follow through. Have you ever worked with them before? Aye, and they paid me well, when all goes right. They've always been the type to wear their purse before anything. Not great. Speak to Junior. Overheard some of the crew talking about how they missed proper food back on land. Ungrateful bastard. Should have smacked them. Ha, can't blame them though. We've been out here quite a while. You don't miss the land, do you? Maybe you should switch up the cooking? Their complaints are ridiculous. There's nothing wrong with your food. Muppet Most Wanted Gulag GIF? I have no idea what that is, Isaac. Oh, man. The name is great, though. You don't miss the land, do you? There's nothing wrong with your food. Yes! Loyalty achieved! Now we gotta maintain it, though. I know that, as did they, I bet. Still, they missed something. Kermit gets sent to the gulag and starts a theater program or something. It's been a while. For me, it's the sea I miss. Well, it's under the ice, you know, if you think about it. Or something. Lost in thought? Our encounter with the wildlife has left me rather perturbed. We can only be grateful that none were harmed. Indeed. Timmy, don't be wandering off. I'm fine, Da. Stick close to me. I don't know what's out there. I said I'm fine. Let's see here. We're good on food. We're good on fuel. We talked to everybody. I think we're good. Let's talk to Kurt. You make your way towards the main camp, approaching Kurt as he speaks to Nutley. Well, it's not that I find use in it. I understand. I know the struggles of having so much pressure put on you at a young age. Great kid voice, no notes. Isaac, have you seen any of my Vagris Riven Realms videos? Have you seen the voice that I came up with for the character Kandake? If you haven't, you should check it out. I think the episode is called, like, She's Gonna Be Around for a While. You should check it out. The voice is something else. Oh, man. Anyway, I understand. I know the struggles having so much pressure put on you at a young age. So you're saying you're nervous when you were my age? No, of course not. I was 6'5", hooker in rugby. What the hell is a hooker in rugby? He does seem like he's built for rugby, but that's a strange name for a position in any sport. But of course, I can empathize. You approach and you notice Kasha. Hookers can have hobbies. You notice Kasha floating, following close behind you, a few steps back with some hesitation. Kurt's eyes catch you. He calls you both of you over. Ah, Captain Shaw, I was just helping our good doctor. Our first trip out onto the ice left him shaken, and I'm set to calm his spirits. Kurt, you haven't spoken to Kasha before. She's quite the fan. Nutley is more resilient than he appears. He'll be fine. It'll take more than a pep talk to set Nutley straight. Let's say he's more resilient than he appears. He'll be fine. Loyalty from everyone. It's the equivalent of a left tackle in American football. But they don't have like a formation like American football. It's very free flowing, which is rugby is cool. I don't get to watch it very often. But I back when I was in college, I used to watch the Super League in I think that's mostly in like northern England. I used to watch that a lot, and that was really cool. The Leeds Rhinos, that was my team. I'm making shit up again. Damn it, Dace. What the hell? Nutley is noticeably taken aback by your statement. Do you really think that? Of course, I can see it myself. I know a brave man when I see one, and I'm looking at one right now. Why? Who's behind me? That comment causes Kasha to laugh profusely. Why the laughter? Oh, you were serious. Apologies. Nutley stares at the floor. I probably don't have it in me. Not compared to the rest of the crew. The rest? Yes, I look at someone like Hammond rescuing the boiler, how Kasha covered the plagues in the streets, and you with your famous expeditions. What do I have? Kasha steps forward into the conversation. Is that some kind of jape? You're a doctor. You perform surgery. That's brave enough as it is. Oh, thank you. You're a trained surgeon. None of the rest of us can say that. It's true, Nutley. You're a valuable part of the crew. Loyalty from everybody. I am. Right. Yes, I am. Thank you, Captain Shaw. Aye, we're all doing a good job of pulling our weight around here. This is a positive circle of reinforcement here. I'm all for it. Nutley returns to his tent as Kurt begins to share stories by the campsite with Kasha, the young journalist keenly taking notes. Well, that was wonderful. I'm great. Hookers use their legs in the scrum to hook the ball towards their team. Oh. That's interesting because because there's two types of rugby. There's union rugby and then there's league rugby. And I would watch league rugby, and that one there's much less emphasis on like the scrum. It's much more free flowing. It's much more like soccer in that way, which is why I think I liked it. And they actually like roll the ball through the scrum. It's kind of interesting. I'm very ignorant of most of the rules though, so I'm probably missing some things here. Captain, something worrying occurred to me. Enough time has passed that those back on land will know something went wrong. My parents are optimists, but they've no doubt done their research on expeditions such as this. Statistics are not a guarantee, Kasha. Maintain that optimism. They must be missing you dearly. You knew the risk signing on. I'm sure they did as well. Maintain that optimism, soldier. The beatings shall continue until morale improves. Oh, of course. But they're much less easily comforted. True. Captain, I realized something. Enough time has passed now. My family, they'll know something went wrong. I just had this conversation with Kasha. My father must be mortified. My mother, I can't imagine how worried she must be. All the more reason to return home sooner, is it not? Yes, well, we're stuck waiting for the rescue ship, but I want to see them again. I miss them. Understood. Oh, I came in here to see if we had anybody available for an interview. I don't think we do. Does not look like it. Okay. Leave the tent. Are you guys... Nope, you're sleepy. He's going to his sleeping bag. Gonna call it a night. Can't tend to the furnace. The dogs need their rest. And... we've been here quite a while, haven't we? Longest I've been on the ice, no doubt. What was your previous record? Nowhere close. Not even a month. If you stay this long and make it out. Apologies, Captain. Didn't mean to cast a dark cloud. Well, you've done it, man. Way to go. Alright. Rest for the week. Let's set up our stuff here. Ooh, the fuel is getting very cold now. We could go for high. A crew member will develop freezing. If we go for high, we would actually gain morale, which is probably a good thing. I think we should go for it and then deal with the lack of resources afterwards. We got more Adelie Penguin. Got more crew. We got freezing people on the sled hunt. Runt was freezing on the sled hunt. Tashi is freezing. Kloss is freezing. Cavity was cured. Yorick was cured of freezing. Lefty has been cured. Two Johns was freezing, has progressed into frostbite. We have a lot of frozen people here. Well, Two Johns needs to be put into the... 3 months is a while to be out like that, yeah, for sure. Alright, 12 available dogs. Whoops. Let's listen to Hammond. You approach Hammond at the boiler. Morn. Starting to miss that ship. I've got spare time on my hands now. First time for anything. You say that like it's a bad thing. Ah, you bastard! Spare time's a poison. You want to avoid it when you can. Remember, frostbite progresses to dead. I do remember that day, so that's why I was saying we need to stick Two Johns in the infirmary here. Alright. The med bay, indeed. Two Johns has frostbite. So frostbite he goes. And then, who else is frozen? Let's wait. Well, actually, I think we should. Let's stick the scientist in there. Command to rest. Leave. And then we'll deal with the. Well, let's go to the furnace. Stick the engineer in here. Man, I wish I had that second engineer. That would make this so much easier, I think, because you can heal 2 freezing people at once. I'm so depressed. I'm fighting this game one hand tied behind my back already because I didn't know what I was doing. Alas, that's okay. We'll make it work. All right, let's go take the requests. We have a discussion with Hammond and Templeton here. I'm not accusing you of anything. Then why do you keep launching questions at me? I told you on the ship the engineering was impeccable. Then why did we sink, Hammond? Why am I sentenced to the ice? I have more important things to be getting on with, Templeton. I just need to know what happened to the Temperance. What do you mean? You must have miscalculated. They stop and turn to you. Captain, good of you to join us. Templeton was interrogating me. Not an interrogation. We all have questions here, Mr. Hammond. Templeton has a point? You have questions of your own? Tell me who's paying for this madness? What is happening? Well, I don't want to piss Hammond off. And I don't think the... You must have questions. Aye, too right I bloody do. Does Shaw not even know who the benefactor is? Templeton looks between the two of you and considers the moment. The scientist scans the room before moving to pick up a food tin from the corner. He lifts the tin and throws it towards you. Inspect the tin. The Apperton Tinning Company. Tin fresh peaches. Consume within 3 days of opening. Are you serious? That's who's paying for this. We might die in the middle of fucking nowhere for a tinned food company, Shaw. They have additional investments. Certainly a step down from the Admiralty. I've seen wars won with food, no shame in it. Not tasty, not terrible. Certainly a step down from the Admiralty. It's no matter anyway, the money is good. This changes nothing about the mission. The mission is still our survival, not money. Agreed. Of course, but I'm certain you would appreciate a handsome pay as reward for said survival. Ice crushes shit, Templeton. Yeah, that's what I was like. What is he accusing him of? Of making the boat bad? I don't understand. The two men observe each other. Are we all in agreement, Captain? Aye, for now. Hammond exits. All right, let's take our requests. We got a lot of people to talk to today. Mr. Gloss, do you have another bottle of wine for the crew, perhaps? Ah, Captain, pleased to say I have quite the headache this morning. The crew greatly appreciated the wine. It's only a shame we'll have to wait until we're back on land for more. Oh, plus 12 decorum! A grand celebration for our return home is in order. Well, now we must concern ourselves with getting home. Best not celebrate early. Of course, of course. Still, a good time to be had. Alright, our decorum's back in good shape. Grimley is here? Shaw, notice something. Crew go into these interviews with the photographer all shaken, but they're always feeling better when they come out. It seems speaking with Belford helps alleviate some of their stress and trauma. I thought you should know. Well, Captain, we should continue to send any shaken crew her way. I figured that on my own, nerds. I am a genius. Ah, Captain, this sunlight won't last forever, you know. No time like the present to play a game of rugby. What? A game with the crew? That's what you're suggesting? Why not? Keeps the spirits high and the blood pumping. An active crew's a healthy crew. Excuse me. A simple game always did wonders on my old expedition. A wonderful idea. I'm sure the crew will enjoy it. Someone could get hurt? Ah, so we assigned 3 to 5 people. All crew members? Oh, it could be like anybody. Okay. I love the idea of us. I'm gonna put all the old dudes on the crew. So we got Lefty. We've got... I guess we only have 2 old dudes. But Lefty, Mr. Gloss, and then where's the one-eyed man? Oh, Lefty is the one-eyed man, duh. And the kid. 2 old men and a kid. Oh, it's sure to be a lark. Chances like this don't come often, Captain. Gain some decorum. Junior is here. Shaw. I did a stock on our current food after leaving Temperance Camp. We're burning through our food stores at a fair rate. Luckily, game is in abundance here. It should not be difficult to stockpile further food stores. For the time being, yes, but winter is approaching fast, and with it, the game will start to dry up. We need to make the most of our time here if we're going to survive the winter. What's your estimate, Mr. Stoke? It's hard to say, but we'll need enough to last 12 weeks. 12 weeks? And that's at a bare minimum, assuming the tightest rations possible during the winter. Understood. Thank you, Junior. Junior exits. Captain, we have a great opportunity to increase our food stores by a considerable degree, but we must consider the encroaching winter. If we do not have enough to last the winter, survival is just not possible. I am very low on food. Perhaps, Captain, you may have noticed some discontent among the crew. Sideways glances and the like? I haven't, no. Well, I have. You may thank the Elder Stoke for that. Perhaps you should listen to what he's been playing as of late for the crew. Songs of disrespect, songs of mutiny. He seems intent to sow distrust for you among the crew. He's becoming a problem. I feel like we should make peace with the man somehow. I fear you will have a difficult time, Captain. Stoke seems to have dug in his heels. You will need to find some way to appease him. Either that or remove his accordion from the equation. Surely that would cause more conflict? Make war, not peace. Welcome, Thomas. Welcome, welcome. I'll have a talk with him, Templeton. Or something like that. I will have to hear these songs for myself first. Surely that would cause more conflict. Would you rather the tension bubble off, or would you rather cut it off here? The crew will not be happy, but perhaps a forceful show of authority is necessary. I don't think that's the way. When Tyrion had his problem in the second book, he just cooked the smarmy bard into his stew. Might also solve the food problem. Well, let's see here. What? He's not... Oh, he's way off. I barely have Junior's loyalty, though. Who are you guys loyal to? Grimly, 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 Grimly. This guy's loyal to Junior. Okay, so we've kind of split the crew in half. 2 birds with 1 stone. I think we can deal with Grimly having his thing. Kasha's firmly in our corner. Nutley's in our corner. Cordella's getting there. Kurt's fine. Templeton's fine. Yeah, Junior's the one we need to make sure we stay on our side. Hammond doesn't like us, but he doesn't like anybody, so... And we got one of the engineers killed anyway, so... It's not as big of a deal. Let's see here. Do we have any freezing people? Oh, you're already in here. Okay. Did we already... We already did the engineer. Okay. 2 people in medbay. I see. So we have 1 person who's freezing who will probably develop frostbite. Life's better when you're not lugging equipment off the ship, don't you think? Har! And you're one of the young ones. I was throwing my back out every day. Some well-deserved rest coming our way. If you think this is the end of our work, you've got another thing coming. I agree. We need to get out there and be eating things constantly. All right, let's send Flick out. Got some Emperor Penguins. Send out another of the scouts. Got some seals. Okay, cool. Emperor Penguins ahoy. Send them beyond. And then we will send the scout again. Good. A deli penguin. I'd rather have bigger fish. I'd rather have bigger food, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright. Go back. Oh. This is how you go back. We have 2 crew left. Could we... Do we have enough people to make medical comforts? We do not. Okay. So leave. Have somebody talk to Kasha. Let's have it be Tashi. He's freezing. Maybe that'll fix him. I don't think so. He feels warmed by the nice conversation. Alright, we have lots to do here. Feed the furnace. Throw the last of our coal in there, the last of our wood. This cures freezing. I forgot about that. I think we need to throw one seal in there. And then these guys need to go into the pot. Oh, I like how we had like the feast with the leopard seal, but we still have the leopard seal here as a resource card. Medical comforts. Tin lemons, okay. Oh, whoops, I forgot to feed the furnace. Alright. Wood, thing, elephant seal. You gotta be careful when you're like placing the cards. It gets bugged. Like that. Sure. Healed freezing? Sweet! I don't know how that happened, but I'll take it. Oh, it was because of the elephant seal. Duh! Alright, hoosh pot. Throw all the penguins into the pot. One right after the other. All the penguins. This is the penguin stew. And then feed the hoosh pot again. How much penguin can we throw in here? We're up to 90. We can stick one more penguin in there. Men not only dog naps, but he murders penguins. You would murder penguin too if you needed to survive the harsh winters out here, sir. Okay. How are the dogs doing? The dogs seem to be okay. And I think our crew... We have one person left? Not a scout? Is a scientist. I don't think we have anything to do with the scientists, unfortunately. Like, we can't assign them to anything around the camp, I don't believe, so... and we already had the one guy talking to the scientist. I would learn to live among the penguins. Can't trust penguins. I've seen Madagascar. Have you seen the episode of Futurama as well, where they grow at an exponential rate, and they have to be killed? They have to be like mercy killed by the environmentalists. It's one of my favorite episodes. If your hands get cold, stick them between your butt cheeks. That's nature's pocket. The crew have their meal. Dinner is shared, stories are traded. Alright, we got Templeton. Talk with Kasha. Captain, I was playing with Cordell's dogs earlier. I think when I return home, I'm going to get myself a pet. Not a dog, though. Maybe an exotic bird, like a parrot. That's optimism. Good to hear. Better than worrying about what I can't control, right? I can only speculate on what's happening thousands of kilometers away. And speculation does me no good. Captain, I've made friends with this crew. Kasha, Kurt, Junior, they've all treated me with kindness since I've arrived. Sorry, I just had to say that out loud to someone. I suppose it sounds awfully childish to brag about, doesn't it? It's okay to be childish, Doctor. You're still in your youth after all. Pathetic, maybe! We could just be the most brutal person. No, I'm happy for you. Oh, thank you, Captain. I'm just happy I can admit something like that. It's kind of you to listen. Well, good on you, Arthur. I'm glad you're not being so sad like you were before. Like, where I just, like, mentioned anything to him and he immediately lost loyalty. Enough time has passed, our benefactor may have realized that a disaster has occurred. I've known our benefactor for quite some time. Rest assured, they will not be giving up on this expedition. Let us hope not. Our hopes ride on their rescue ship. We can trust them to send rescue. Responsibility on our end lies on surviving long enough to see it. Alright, let's go talk to Cordell. Captain, something occurs to me. I know startlingly little of your life. You've invited me here several times now, and I've given little thought into asking about your own affairs. A staggering lack of etiquette, wouldn't you agree? I don't care much for etiquette, I haven't been offended. I suppose one wouldn't expect the kennel master to concern themselves with such matters to begin with. Rest assured, I will not be tying myself to the matter of etiquette in the future. You are Captain Shaw, that is all I need to know. Kurt? Shaw, do you look at me as an old man? Don't mistake me, I know I'm getting up there in years. But I'm a father, not a grandfather. Har! You're perfectly capable if that's what you're asking. In a way, yes. I suppose that's more pressing than gray hairs. It's alright, Robin. I don't mind being seen as the old man. Just so long as I'm not the useless old man. Well, you're, like, huge compared to everybody else, so I wouldn't worry about that, dude. Let's talk to Hammond. Crewmate just asked me if the dogs could serve as emergency fuel. Holy God, no! Don't think they were serious, but I had a bloody good laugh imagining the Kennel Master's face if we suggested it. Sure, you could. You tell Cordell. I'll watch. Kasha will work on your obituary. Let's hope they weren't serious. We can't be resorting to suggestions like that. Well, would they? Ha! You're the funny one now, are ya? Pretty sure it's Captain's job to pass on that message. Yeah, you should try it. No, thank you. I would not do that. I refuse on the grounds of I want to maintain my visage. Alright, let us have this discussion with Grimly. He's got a circle of people around. You notice the sailors are seated around the campfire, listening with rapt attention as Grimly plays on his accordion. As he continues to play, the crew join in on the song. He's a pretty good accordion player.
Captain has a frozen arse, hard as rock, no thawing soon. Never tells which way is south, hardly tells their arse from mouth. They never had a notion for taking our command. Send us to the hells for biscuits, we eat out of their hands. We eat out of their hands. Captain Hunt could take a ship further than his fingertip. Captain Shaw can't move a pace. What a waste of hauling space. They never had a notion for taking our command. Send us to the hells for biscuits, we eat out of their hands. We eat out of their hands.
I don't know. They might just start over. Oh. So, I have two thoughts about this. Like, if this was a military ship, you have to lay down the law, right? It's not a military ship, though. Yeah, it's like they completely forgot that Hunt abandoned them all like several months ago, right? I'm like the guy here trying to keep them all alive, and they're like, fuck that guy. Let's speak in private. No. You must have misheard me. Let us speak in private. I didn't mishear you. Anything you want to say, you can say in front of the crew. I will only tell you once. Do not play another song like that again. Or what? Whatever issue you have with me, we must stay professional. You will have your instrument confiscated, I am warning you. That won't stop a thing. You're a pretender. I've said it before and they'll sing it again. Alright, let's calm down. No need coming to blows over this. The crowd disperses as the crew return to their business. Well, no saving him now. we just got negative 20 loyalty right off the bat. It's good to have some music with your dinner, is it not? I suppose we should take what is given to us. I intend to bring a phonograph, but there was no space among my equipment. A shame, but I quite enjoy what we have now. Shouldn't you be with your father, lad? I'm grown enough. I thought the same at your age. A long time ago. Eh. Consider yourself lucky someone's taking care of you, lad. We got a lot going on here. Do we want to go talk to Grimly? Hunt had a musician on his crew when I was a small one. Learned how to make and play the accordion from them. Then, they just left. Always wondered what happened to them. Like how we're just having a civil conversation again. I suppose you admired them, did you? I admired the music. Knew what I wanted to do right then. Alright. Back on cordial terms, I guess. Must retire for the evening. Finish developing these. Finish cleaning the equipment. Okay. Junior, you have anything to say about your brother? You know, I used to be much taller than Grimly when we were growing up. Would piss him off something fierce being the older brother. Even Hunt would poke fun. Don't know why I'm remembering that now, though. I don't suppose he'd appreciate me poking fun, would he? Heck, he'd deck you, no doubt. He even tried that with Captain Hunt a few times. Good to know. He's kind of a psycho. Yabbin. Let's see here. Captain, I never thought I'd say it, but I'm starting to miss being on proper land. There's more drink back on land. Ah, it does have that going for it. A lot of bad memories back on land. Captain? Do you have any children of your own? I do? No, none? I do not have children. Didn't think so. Most of the crew don't know what it's like. I am sorry for that, Runsta. You have been limited to your parental role. Have I talked to everybody? I think I have. I think we did talk to everybody right before we had our confrontation with Grimly. Yeah. We just have the one guy, but he can't do anything. So let's rest. Wrap up the week. We had our big confrontation. Wasn't good. Oh, how do we want to handle this? I think we want to do normal fuel rations, normal food rations. No, I think we want to drop it by one food ration, because we'll only get one freezing and one malnourished. We can toss those two into the tent, if need be. This conversation is quickly becoming a confrontation. Emperor Penguin gained crew. Cavity got froze. Gnomes got froze. Gloss was cured. Two Johns was froze. Mrs. Gloss was frozen again. Dick became malnourished. How did you get cured and then you got froze again? You you fool! What happened? I don't understand. You were in the tent, and then you got better, and then you immediately got frozen again. How did that even happen? You goons? Oh, I guess it's because we did the lower fuel, didn't we? Yeah, I think that's what it was.